Hey, what's going on, nation? I'm Scott from MuscularStrength.com, and I want to talk to you guys about some of my best tips to help stubborn calves grow. Now, a lot of times when people say, hey, my calves aren't growing, usually the response they get from either friends or trainers in the gym is, well, you probably have to lift more weight and do more volume. But what the response should actually be is, what does your form look like when you're doing your repetitions? Because you might actually already be lifting enough weight or maybe even using too much weight, and that's actually what's holding you back, guys. Because the calves, while they respond to really heavy weights where you're overloading during the stretched position, if you're using too much weight, you're not really able to maximize the efficiency of the full range of motion. And I'll explain what I mean. Calves are very easy, guys. You literally go up, go back down, and then go back up. This is the movement. In order to see massive calf growth, you don't have to change your position to really wide, really close, toes pointed out, toes pointed in, and do all these different variations. If you can't see growth from doing a simple, standard, feet shoulder width apart, going up, going down, then doing any other variation isn't going to do anything for you as well until you fix the key issue, which is bouncing your repetitions and not feeling the stretch and not feeling the flex. So, bouncy reps, let's get rid of that first. A bouncy rep is literally when you're training your calves and you're doing this. And you're just kind of going through the range of motion, and it's so easy. You could even be doing this with like 225 or even 315. Like, you can have a lot of weight in your shoulders and still do bouncy reps because you're not maximizing the flex at the top and the stretch at the bottom. So we need to eliminate that. So immediately start lowering the weight if you're doing bouncy reps. Now, if you're doing standing barbell calf raise, there are some things that need to be addressed. Number one, obviously, like I said, you get more muscle breakdown during the stretch. We want to make sure we're emphasizing the stretch. But if you're doing it off the floor with a barbell calf raise, so you would have this barbell across your back, I'm not going to do it. This is just for demonstration purposes. If you pay attention to my feet, there's really no stretch down here, right? You're going flat foot and then to the top. Now, if you guys were using, let's say, like a leg press or seated calf machine, you would always be able to get that heel below your toes and you feel that deep stretch in your calves. So we want to make sure that we're simulating that no matter what exercise we're doing. So if you're doing a standard barbell calf raise, you need to get some sort of platform to put your toes on so that when you get to the bottom of the movement, you can really feel your calves in that stretched position. But you also want to make sure that platform is high enough. I see people grab like 5-pound weights and stand on them like this. If you stand on these 5-pound weights like I'm doing right now, and you don't feel any sort of stretch in your calves, then it's pretty much useless. They're not high enough. You really need to get those toes up, really get that heel below your toes to feel that stretch. So what I want you guys to do is use 10s or 25s so that when you're in the starting position, you feel your calves being stretched. Once you eliminate that problem, the last problem you have to eliminate is not flexing at the top of the movement. If you're just going up and then immediately down, you're not taking advantage of that flex at the top. So when you get to the top of the movement, guys, you don't have to hold this position for like 2 or 3 seconds. A brief second is fine. Just get to the top, flex your calves as hard as you can, then return back to the bottom of the movement, and then go back to the top like this. So the tempo of this exercise, you're not necessarily doing slow repetitions. You're going up, flexing, going down, feeling the stretch, going back to the top, flexing, going down, feeling the stretch. So basically, when you're training your calves, if you're not feeling a stretch at the bottom and you're not feeling a flex at the top, that is what you're doing wrong. However, for the very few of you who are feeling that but still aren't seeing calf growth, then maybe you guys need to add a little bit more weight or more volume to your calf training to try to spark some more growth with these exercises. So very simple technique, guys, to help you get your calves to grow a bit. If this helped you, please let me know down in that comment section below. Smash that like button. And as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.